Hey traders, so watch this video here for, you ready? Thursday, December 16th. SPY, we had FOMC day today, so I'll show you 5-minute candles. This almost always happens. You get several hours of what I call nothingness, and then you get volume and chaos. And actually, it just ripped pretty much from the FOMC announcement until the close. So, a pretty impressive move. We're back up pretty darn close to all-time highs. Maybe some shorts in trouble here. I'm in cash every night as always. Honestly, I think I took 1 or 2 trades today. It was, nothing worth highlighting. The market's just been weird. I just expect a lot of nothingness, to be honest with you, for the rest of the year. But anything could happen. Anyway, as I've been saying, the chat room will be closed next week. I'm unplugging, turning off all devices, and just going to spend a week with the family. I think I need it, so I'm looking forward to it. There are 4 trading days next week, but I will not be participating. I will trade the final week of the year. Hopefully there'll be some good end-of-year trades. Anyway, what am I watching for tomorrow? I'm going to put DWAC back on watch. I had the gap up. That one and CFVI kind of trade together. This one also had the gap up. So they both go on watch. I didn't trade either one of them today, even though they were on watch. TRHC continues to show strength. Topped out at 1480 today. And the high from this spike a few days ago was 1554. So, maybe over today's high tomorrow can get us all the way through that 1554, a recent high, and maybe continue to squeeze. It's a lower volume stock. I saw a setup in it this morning. I was getting ready to put it in chat, and I looked and I realized it had traded like 12,000 shares or something. So it just feels like nobody's trading. Obviously, this is a generally lower volume stock anyway, but still, it just feels like nobody's trading, doesn't it? But we're going to put that one back on watch. Overstock, nice bottoming tail today, closing above the open. So, again, no trades in it today, but I'm going to look and see if it gives a setup tomorrow. It did break its early high very late in the day. I wasn't willing to take that after the run it had already made, but I think maybe tomorrow we get a nice follow-through of that bounce. Certainly not a pretty chart, but it is bouncing at support. MGI had nice volume today and a pretty strong close. We'll see if it gives a follow-through setup. CNEY, nice volume and a pretty strong close. See if that has more in it tomorrow. AI, I missed a second mouse on this one. You guys will see it when I do this, right? So early on, it was on the gap playlist. Early on, it pops and breaks through 3250 and went up to what? 3253 and kind of coiled. And I was going to call a second mouse to 3250 and I didn't. And it just really took off from there. Anyway, we're going to have it on watch tomorrow because it had nice volume. It had good news on this gap up day. I want to say some kind of contract with the government pulled back for a few days. So to me, this is one to watch for sure. I should have had some today and I didn't. So SGMA, big rip, and now you got a few days lower on declining volume. I'm going to watch that. It falls right into my bounce play setup. We'll see if it gives an A+ intraday setup tomorrow. CARS, bottoming tail, goes back on bounce watch. And then lastly, I went ahead and threw ISIG on watch. Still no bounce. It had a crazy move, though, from $6 to almost 36. Now you got 4 red days in a row and some topping tails. It did get a pop here and then a nice secondary pop today. But remember, when you hear me talk about bounce plays, what I really want to see is sideways move like this and then an afternoon high of day break. That's when you get the short squeezes. And we didn't have that, so I'm just going to throw it right back on watch for tomorrow. Not in love with this list. I'm not in love with the action. But what are you going to do? I've always said, trade if there's an A+ setup, and if there's not, you don't have to be in anything. One thing I've gotten good at over the years is kind of knowing when not to trade. If something does trigger on really low volume and then just rip without me, it rips without me. I've missed so many trades in my career, it doesn't affect me whatsoever anymore, right? So just wait for the A+ setups. And if there's nothing to trade, trade nothing. That's the best advice I can give. I am very optimistic about next year. Wayne is doing a lot of the GTMI sessions. He's doing a week-long one in January for course takers. Those are amazing. He teaches on the fly, trades with you, answers questions about, hey, do you think this is a good setup? He'll walk through the course material and apply it in real time over the mic and show you why or why it's not A+. So if you are a course taker, make sure you set that week aside. I want to say it's January 10th through the 14th, something like that. I'll have to double check that. Anyway, I'm done babbling. I'll see everybody in the chat room in the morning.